Hey there, Kevin Kolbe here, and today is what's called Giving Tuesday. Now, at least the day I'm recording this and the day I'm going to share this to the World Wide Web, it's Giving Tuesday. If you're unfamiliar with Giving Tuesday, it's the first Tuesday that comes after Thanksgiving. You know, right after Black Friday, where we buy all the stuff we really don't need. Then Cyber Monday, where we have another chance to buy stuff. And then with whatever we have left over, there's Giving Tuesday, always irony in where it's placed. What I do in my professional life is I have a chance to work with a lot of nonprofits, and I love that. I have a heart for nonprofits, but I thought I would do a video to highlight some of the nonprofits that mean a lot to me and my family for various reasons, and you may have your list, and I'm going to put a link to every one of the nonprofits below, and I would invite you to check them out if you don't know anything about them. See, you know, maybe if they strike your heart and strike a chord with you, and how you can donate or get involved with your time, or heck, just share them with the world. First one is LGS, which stands for Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. Now, a lot of people haven't heard of this. It means a lot to us because our youngest son, Elias, we also refer to him as our little dude, has LGS. It's a severe form of epilepsy. You're not born with it, you actually develop it. And it can be brutal. I'll just be honest, it can be brutal. Right now there's no cure, but hopefully one day there will be. I've done a couple of videos about our son and why we get involved. If you want to watch those, there's a link to those. But LGS is it's a tough syndrome to have, but that's one that's close to us. Compassion International. Oh man, what a great feeling that it costs like $38 to sponsor a child, $38 a month to sponsor a child and have an impact on a child's life. We started sponsoring a child a few years ago and actually had a chance to meet this beautiful little girl when I went on a mission trip to Ecuador. I actually got to take my oldest son and his then girlfriend, wife now, and my daughter, and it was a great trip, and then we got to meet the little girl, but that all happened through Compassion International. Another one is Habitat for Humanity. I mean, what a phenomenal organization dedicated to helping people get a home. And a few years ago, I worked at a television station and we did what's called a blitz build, where we actually built a bunch of homes in a short period of time. And what's really cool, it was my first time I ever worked with Habitat for Humanity, is you're working side by side with the homeowner. They have to have some sweat equity in it, and it's phenomenal because, you know, housing is insane in prices. Where I don't know how they are where you live, but they are where I am. And so Habitat for Humanity, what a great organization to help people get a home. Next up, Wine to Water. Now, what a great organization and a great mission. It was started by a guy named Doc, and he was a bartender. And he had this passion for getting people clean water, especially in countries where they just don't have access to it. So he started wine tasting, and it's just taken off. He's the head of it. And it's a great nonprofit that's dedicated to bringing clean water to countries throughout the world. You ought to read more about their story. It's really cool. It's called Wine to Water. The next one, Agape of North Carolina. Now, a lot of different states have Agape chapters, and while they may be connected by name, a lot of them aren't the same organization, but this one is Agape of North Carolina, and they're dedicated to work with foster parents and adoptive parents, and even just broken families, just strengthen the family unit to feel better again. It's a great organization. It's a small organization. I actually was on the board for quite a while, but you know, what a great way to help families just feel whole again. And another one, A Kid Again. And listen to their slogan, giving illness a timeout. Now, I forgot how we got connected with them, but they're really dedicated to helping families take their children, you know, if they have special needs or disabilities or even some terminal illnesses, and just kind of, as they say, just take a day out and give that illness a day off. And they'll do tickets to events. They'll do just free carnivals, and there are always prizes and things like that. But they do a great job of making families just kind of forget about all those illness problems for a moment. But that's called A Kid Again. So those are the nonprofits that mean a lot to me. And you may have a similar list or a completely different list, and that's cool too. So, if you want to check these out, again, there's links to all of these down in the description. And I would encourage you to check them out. And, if there's not a nonprofit organization that you're really vested in, find one. I mean, we're given these gifts to do something with, other than creating. Let's give back. I want to end with this. Check this quote out. It's by Winston Churchill. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Make sure you're giving your gifts away. I'm Kevin. I'll see you next time.